dinosaur? And how come I can't ride like proms? And why can't I just sit down and whip out a tune like Claire de Lune for a start? I was born too late to be a great composer, too late to be a Mouseketeer. Well, sometimes I think it was over before I began, and other times I think it's all right here. When I was 7 years old, I had the blessing and the curse of knowing exactly what I wanted to do with my life. That's right. I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that I wanted to be a Mouseketeer. Every day I would watch from Disneyland, from Walt Disney's Dream, the Mickey Mouse Club. And I imagined myself there at Disneyland. Now back then, a TV was just this giant hunk of wood with a little black and white screen, right, shaking her head. And it had two knobs. The young people won't believe this. It had two knobs. One was to turn it on and for the volume, and the other was to get one of the maybe up to 11 channels. Okay, now, I swear this is true. You can look it up. If you wanted to change the channel, you had to get up, walk across the room, change the channel, I swear, right, and go back. I know it's hard to believe. You don't believe me, I know. But look it up, you'll see. That is the truth. So I would watch the Mickey Mouse Club, and one day they aired a special from Disneyland on the Mouseketeers, how they had their own compound. They lived there, they could work there and practice. And I imagined myself rehearsing every day with Karen and Cubby and Annette and Annette and those of us old folks know what we're talking about. Anyway. So around that time, I was living with my parents, and stand up, Felice. I want to introduce you to my 92-year-old mother. Come on, this is a good spot. Come on, you guys. Yeah, let the crowd see you. Yeah, there she is. And thank you. And my two brothers are there too. So we were living in Queens, in an apartment. Now, for those who don't know, Queens is right across the river from Manhattan. I know you know Queens. We're living in an apartment, and a guy in our building worked the lights for the Howdy Doody show across the river, which aired every night, from New York. And he said, I can get you all tickets to come see the Howdy Doody show. Now, for those who don't remember, Howdy Doody was a marionette puppet. It had freckles, it had red hair, it had a space between his teeth. He looked just like me. And they had entered me in a Howdy Doody look-alike contest, but I don't think I won. So he said, I'll get you tickets, you can come and see a live broadcast. Then he says, not only can I get you tickets to see it, I can make sure that Renard sits in the peanut gallery. The peanut gallery was where all the kids who came to see the show would sit in these little bleachers, which was great. Then he says, I'll make sure Renard gets interviewed. So Buffalo Bob Smith, the host, would go through the peanut gallery, and sometimes he would stop and talk to one of the kids. All right, so get to the show, 7 years old, and Buffalo Bob finally makes his way, talking to the kids, finally gets to me. And he says, and what's your name? I said, Renard Cohen. big close-up of my face. I don't know, my mother used to use this stuff on my crew cut. What, the little plastic thing that made my crew cuts? Anyway. So, yeah, big close-up. And he says, what's your name? I say, Renard Cohen. He says, how old are you? I said, 7 years old. And he says, what do you watch every day at 5 o'clock? I said, Mickey Mouse Club, are you listening, Walt? And my parents are going, oh, shit, 7 years old, his career is over. Well, for some reason, they never had me back to the Howdy Doody show. And I never became a Mouseketeer, but I'm singing for you now, and that's pretty good. Why can't I sing like Caruso? And how come I can't paint like Van Gogh? Dutch. And why can't I just sit down and write myself a Shakespearean play? Why it doesn't come, I just don't know. I was born too late to be a great composer. Too late to be a Mouseketeer. Well, sometimes I think it was over before I began, and other times I think it's alright, and other times I think it's alright, and other times I know it's alright. Amen.